Howdy all, I'm Swan Marion, the bookworm cowboy, and I'm about to read some more of The Bloody Chamber. The train slowed, shuddered to a halt. Lights, clank of metal, a voice declaring the name of an unknown, never to be visited station. Silence in the night. The rhythm of this breathing that I should sleep with. Now, for the rest of my life, I could not sleep. I gently sat up, raised the blind a little, and huddled against the cold window that misted over with the warmth of my breathing. Gazing out at the park platform towards those rectangles of domestic lamplight, the promised warm company, a supper of sausages hissing in the pan on the stove for the station master, his children tucked up in bed asleep in the brick house with the painted shutters, all the paraphernalia of the everyday world from which I, with my stunning marriage, had exiled myself. Into marriage, into exile, I sensed it. I knew it. That henceforth I would always be lonely. Yet that was part of the already familiar weight of the fire opal that glimmered like a gypsy's magic ball, so that I could not take my eyes off it when I played the piano. This ring, the bloody bandage of rubies, the wardrobe of clothes from Poiret, and the scent of Russian leather. They all had conspired to seduce me so utterly that I could not say I felt one single twinge of regret for the world of tartines and maman that now recited to me as if thrown away on a string, like a child's toy, as the train began to throb again, as if in delighted anticipation of the distance it would take me. The first gray streamers of the dawn now flew in the sky, and an eldritch half-lighted sinked into the railway carriage. I heard no change in his breathing, but my heightened psychic senses told me he was awake and gazing at me. Huge man, an enormous man, and his eyes dark and motionless, as those eyes the ancient Egyptians painted upon their sarcophagi, fixed upon me. I felt a certain tension in the pit of my stomach, so that to be watched in such silence. Match struck. He was igniting Romeo and Julieta, fat as a baby's arm. "Soon," he said in his resonant voice. It was the tolling of a bell, and I felt all at once a sharp premonition of dread that lasted only as long as the match flared. I could see his white, broad face as if it were hovering disembodied above the sheets, illuminated from below like a grotesque carnival head. Then the flame died, the cigar glowed. I filled the compartment with a remembered fragrance that made me think of my father, how he would hug me in his warm fur fug of Havana thousands ago, before he kissed me and left me and died. As soon as my husband handed me down from the high step of the train, I smelled the amniotic salinity of the ocean. It was November. The trees, thundered by the Atlantic gales, were bare, and the lonely hulk was deserted but for his leather-gaitered chauffeur waiting meekly beside the sleek black motor car. It was cold. I drew my furs about me, a wrap of white and black, broad stripes of ermine and sable, the collar from which my head rose like the calyx of a wildflower. I swear to you, I had never been vain until I met him. The bell clanged. The straining train slept its leash, left us at that lonely wayside halt, where only he and I had descended. Oh, the wonder of it! How all that might of iron and steam had paused, only to suit his convenience. Richest man in France. Madam? The chauffeur eyed me. Was he comparing me invidiously to the Countess, the artist's model, the opera singer? I hid behind my furs as if they were a system of soft shields. My husband liked me to wear my opal over my kid glove, a showy theatrical trick. At the moment that ironic chauffeur glimpsed that simmering flash, he smiled, as though it was proof positive that I was his master's wife. And we drove towards the widening dawn, that now streaked past the sky with a wintry bouquet of pink of roses, orange of tiger lilies, as if my husband had ordered me a sky from a florist. They broke around me like a cool dream. Sea, sand, sky that melts into the sea, a landscape of misty pastels, with a look about it of continuously on the point of melting. A landscape with all the deliquescent harmonies of Debussy, of the etudes I played for him, the reverie I'd been playing that afternoon in the salon of the princess where I had first met him, among the teacups and the little cakes. The orphan, hired out a charity to give him their digestive of music. And his castle. The fairy solitude of the palace, with its turrets of misty blue, its courtyard, its spiked gate, this castle that lay on the very bosom of the sea, with seabirds viewing about its attics, casements opening on the green and purple evanescent patches of the ocean, cut off by the tide from land for half a day. That castle, at home neither on the land nor on the water. A mysterious amphibious place, contravening the materiality of both earth and the waves. In the sea for a lover who had drowned far, far away long ago. That lovely, sad sea siren of a place. The tide was low. At this hour, so early in the morning, the causeway rose up out of the sea as the car turned on through the wet cobbles between the slow margins of water. Reached out for my hand that had a sultry, richy ring on it, pressed my fingers, kissed my palm with extraordinary tenderness. His white face was as still as ever I'd seen it, still as a pond iced thickly over, and his lips that always looked so strangely red and naked between the black fringes of his beard, now curved a little. He smiled. He welcomed his bride home. No room, no corridor that did not rustle with the sound of the sea, and all the ceilings, walls on which his ancestors in the stern regalia of rank lined up with their dark eyes and white faces, were stifled with refracted light from the waves which were always in motion. That luminous, murmurous castle of which I was the chatelaine. I, the little music student whose mother had sold all his jewelry. All her jewelry, even her wedding ring, to pay the fees at the conservatoire. First of all, there was was the smaller deal of my initial interview with the housekeeper. We kept this extraordinary machine, this anchored, castellated ocean liner, in smooth running order no matter who stood on the bridge. How tenuous! I thought might be my authority here. She had a bland, pale, impassive, dislikable face beneath the impeccably starched white linen headdress of the region. Her greeting, correct but lifeless, chills me. Daydreaming, dared presume too much of my status. Briefly wondered how I might install my old nurse, so much love, however costly incompetent, in her place. Ill-considered schemings. He told me this one had been his foster mother, bound to his family in the utmost feudal simplicity. As much a part of the house as I am, my dear. Now the thin lips offers me a proud little smile. She would be my ally as long as I was his, and with that I must be content. But here it would be easy to be content. In the turret suite he had given me for my own, and I could gaze over the tumultuous Atlantic, and imagine myself the queen of the sea. There was a best sign for me in the music room, and on the wall another wedding present, an early Flemish primitive of Saint Cecilia, their celestial organ. The prim charm of the saint, the plump, sallow cheeks, the crinkled brown hair, saw myself as I could have wished to be. I warmed to the lovely sensitivity I had not hitherto expected in him. He led me up a delicate spiral staircase to my bedroom. Before me discreetly vanished the housekeeper, said him chuckling with some, I dare say, lewd blessing for newlyweds and native Breton. I did not understand, but he, smiling, refused to intercept. Refused to interpret. There lay the grand hereditary matrimonial bed, self-the size almost of my little room at home. The gargoyles carved on its surfaces, ebony, vermilion, lacquer, gold leaf with its white gauze curtains, billowing in the sea breeze. Our bed, surrounded by so many mirrors on the wall, in stately frames of contorted gold. It reflected more white lilies than I'd ever seen before in my life. Hold on, Neil. I'm going to check on my dinner.